ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, May the 17th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and let's get right to some Skycam images. A little bit of water on the lens down at Demopolis as we've got some rain moving through the area and kind of some low ceilings and a little fog over Inverness as we look out over 280. Don't you wish the traffic was that light every morning at this time? All right, here's the surface front has entered northwest Alabama, and we're beginning to see some drier air, but we're getting another impulse riding along that front, and the result is a nice area of rain that's going to be moving out of the area by this afternoon. In the upper atmosphere, there's our trough. Hanging back just a little bit slower than we were projecting yesterday. Temperatures across the United States are relatively mild for this time of year. You can see a band of 60s running all the way from the coast of Virginia all the way across to southeast Texas. In the meantime, across the northern tier of the United States and around the Great Lakes, temperatures are above freezing, but they're in the 30s, so it's kind of chilly up there. Not too chilly around here, but you can certainly see the contrast with the 47 dew point at Muscle Shoals versus the 64 at Calera. So certainly a nice sharp contrast there with the front lying across Alabama. And here's our latest radar composite over the southeastern U.S. And I think the main threat for rain is going to be kind of southeast of Birmingham, but you can see that right along the front we're getting just another round of some rain. QPF-wise, the rain tapers from a small amount across the northwest section of Alabama to some pretty hefty amounts on the order of 2 to 3 inches across the southeast section, and that's over the next several days. And of course, part of that's going to come from a little upper low that we're going to be talking about. We're getting some continuity. No areas of slight risk on the SPC day 1, but you can see they're concerned with the C-Tex down there for northern Florida. All right, here's the GFS 06Z model run, and here's a look at today at midday. And certainly you can see that we're going to be dealing with a little bit of rain through midday, but then we're going to see things improving. And here's a look at the midnight forecast, and you can see that most of the rain shifting to the southeast with a large high over the central Mississippi River Valley. Now, by tomorrow, the trough has sharpened up on the east coast, and we're, of course, behind the trough now, so that should keep us high and dry on Monday with much lower humidity, so just a beautiful day. Now, here comes our low, a little faster, so GFS getting a little more continuity, but not exactly the right continuity because it is a little bit faster with the development of this upper low over the eastern Gulf, and that produces a little surface low that's over South Florida and Southeast Florida. By Wednesday at midday, that upper low is over the Northeast Gulf, and that brings the surface low, kind of a broad surface low, over Florida and the Eastern Gulf. And then by Thursday, it is in the vicinity of Mobile with the surface low kind of in the same spot. I think it's more or less in the Gulf. And this is where it's going to sit. Now, this is where I'm not too sure. But, the GFS is certainly continuity in terms of yesterday we saw this low, but it was a little slower and a little later in the week. But now it's a little faster. And it just, here's Friday at midday. It just kind of keeps it over Mississippi and, of course, influencing our weather. And it looks like we're just back into the tropical weather. And this is Saturday, so it looks like another wet weekend coming up. And by Sunday, you can see that there's just a broad trough that's separated from the westerlies, so therefore it's not going to go anywhere. And that keeps us wet through Sunday as well. So certainly a little better continuity, but a little bit of difference from yesterday. So a little further in Voodoo Land, and guess what? The GFS is just plain stuck. It's almost like a broken record. It can't seem to get rid of this weak trough over the southeastern U.S. And even by Monday, the 1st of June, it's still there. So we'll have to be watching that, and that certainly means that it could be wet for us. Of course, that's not such a bad thing, too. Alrighty, well, that'll do it for this Weather Xtreme video. James Spann should be back in the saddle again tomorrow morning, bright and early. after getting off the grid this weekend. And I certainly appreciate you tuning in. Hope that you have a great upcoming week. Godspeed.